Hey everyone, and welcome aboard. Today, we're tackling one of the most critical emergencies you can face at sea, a man overboard or mob situation. This is a topic that every single person on a vessel needs to understand, from the seasoned captain to the newest deckhand. When someone goes into the water, every second counts. The difference between a successful rescue and a tragedy often comes down to one thing: how quickly and effectively the crew responds. This isn't just about theory. It's about muscle memory, clear communication, and having a solid, well-practiced plan. Whether you're on a massive cargo ship, a tanker, a passenger ferry, or an offshore support vessel, the core principles of an immediate rescue are universal. What you do in those first few moments is absolutely crucial. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the immediate actions and maneuvers required for a swift mob rescue. We'll break down the essential steps, from the initial alarm to getting your vessel turned around and back to the person in the water as fast as humanly possible. We'll be covering procedures that align with major international standards like SOLAS and SDCW, making sure the information is practical, compliant, and most importantly, effective. So, grab your notebooks and let's get into the specifics of saving a life at sea. The moment you hear that dreaded call, "Man overboard," a chain of events must be triggered instantly. The very first action for anyone who sees the person go over is to shout "Man overboard" as loudly as possible and specify which side: "Man overboard, port side," or "Man overboard, starboard side." This initial alert is vital. Don't assume others have seen it. Your voice is the first link in the rescue chain. Immediately after shouting, throw a life buoy, preferably one with a self-igniting light and smoke signal, as close to the person as possible. This does two things. It provides immediate flotation for the casualty, and the light and smoke create a visible marker in the water, which is incredibly important for maintaining visual contact, especially in rough seas or poor visibility. At the same time, you must keep pointing at the person in the water. Never take your eyes off them. Designate another crew member to also keep a visual lock. It is shockingly easy to lose sight of a person in the water, even in calm conditions. This continuous pointing and observation provides a constant reference for the bridge team as they begin maneuvering the vessel. Simultaneously, the officer of the watch on the bridge must take immediate action. The first thing is to press the mob button on the GPS. This drops an electronic marker of the exact position where the incident occurred. This is a non-negotiable, instant action. It provides a digital breadcrumb that is invaluable for the search and rescue pattern. Next, sound the ship's general alarm, typically 3 long blasts on the whistle, and make a PA announcement: "Man overboard, man overboard, man overboard, port to starboard side." This ensures the entire crew is alerted to the emergency and musters at their designated stations. Clear, concise communication is key to avoiding confusion and panic. Now let's talk about the initial helm order. As soon as the alarm is raised, the helmsman should be ordered to put the rudder hard over to the side of the casualty. So, if the person fell from the starboard side, you order hard to starboard. This has a very specific and critical purpose. It swings the stern of the ship and its powerful propellers away from the person in the water, preventing a secondary, unlikely fatal injury. This is the single most important immediate helm command in a mob situation. With these initial actions underway, we need to choose the right recovery maneuver. There are 3 primary methods for an immediate rescue, and the one you choose depends on the situation, your vessel's characteristics, and the sea conditions. These are the Williamson turn, the Anderson turn, and the Charnot turn. Let's start with the Williamson turn. This is probably the most well-known and is excellent for situations where you've lost sight of the person or the incident occurred some time ago, especially at night or in reduced visibility. The key benefit of the Williamson turn is that it brings the vessel back along its original track, just in the opposite direction. Here's how it works. First, put the rudder hard over to the side of the casualty, just as we discussed. After the ship's heading has altered by about 60 to 70 degrees from the original course, you shift the rudder hard over to the opposite side. You continue this turn until you are on the reciprocal course, that is, 180 degrees from your original heading. If you've done it correctly, you'll be steaming directly back down your own wake. This makes finding the casualty, or the smoke and light marker you threw, much more probable. The downside is that it takes the ship quite a distance away from the scene before it starts heading back, so it's not the fastest method. Next up is the Anderson turn, also known as the single turn or the round turn. This is the fastest recovery method, making it ideal for situations where you have maintained constant visual contact with the person in the water, and your ship has a tight turning radius. It's a full 360-degree turn. For the Anderson turn, you again put the rudder hard over to the side of the casualty. But this time, you just keep turning. You hold that hard over rudder position. The ship will complete a full circle, and as you come around, you'll be approaching the location of the incident. The key challenge with the Anderson turn is judging when to ease the rudder and slow down to approach the person safely. It requires significant skill and practice from the bridge team, as overshooting the target is a real risk. However, for a quick recovery in good conditions, it's often the best choice. It keeps the casualty in sight and gets you back to them quickly. Finally, we have the Shano turn. This one is a bit of a hybrid. It's faster than the Williamson turn, but takes you less distance away from the scene. Like the Williamson turn, it also brings you back onto a reciprocal course. The Shano turn is best used when the person has been in the water for a little while, but not so long that you've completely lost the position. Here's the procedure. You put the rudder hard over. After the heading has changed by about 240 degrees from the original course, you shift the rudder hard over to the opposite side. You then steady up on the reciprocal course. The main advantage of the Shano is that it saves time and distance compared to the Williamson turn. The ship makes a tighter loop. However, the initial turn takes you 240 degrees away from your course, so it's not as fast to get back as the Anderson turn. So, how do you choose? It's a judgment call for the master or officer of the watch. For an immediate action with visual contact, the Anderson turn is your go-to. If it's been a few minutes, or visibility is poor and you've lost sight, the Williamson turn is your safest bet to retrace your path. The Shano turn is a good compromise between the two. Regardless of the turn you execute, ship handling during the final approach is paramount. You must approach the person from downwind, creating a lee or a calm patch of water. This makes it much easier and safer for the rescue boat or crew to retrieve the casualty. You must also reduce speed and, if necessary, stop the engines well before you reach them to avoid any risk from the propellers. Communication between the bridge, the deck party, and the rescue boat team must be constant and clear throughout this final, critical phase. Training is everything. You can't just read about these maneuvers in a book and expect to perform them perfectly under the extreme stress of a real emergency. Regular, realistic drills are mandatory under international regulations for a reason. Every crew member must know their role, whether it's on the bridge, launching the rescue boat, or providing first aid. Practice these turns until they are second nature. Use a dummy or a marker buoy and time yourselves. Analyze what went well and what could be improved. These drills build the confidence and competence that will make all the difference when it counts. Remember, in a man overboard situation, you are your shipmate's best and only hope. Your swift, skilled, and decisive action is what will bring them back on board safely. That's a detailed look at the immediate actions and maneuvers for a mob rescue. We've covered the crucial first steps, the 3 main recovery turns, and the importance of practice. Thank you for watching. Stay vigilant, train hard, and look out for each other out there. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more maritime safety content, and share it with your fellow mariners. Stay safe.